Razer Deathadder V3, Pulsar Xlite, Vaxee Outset and even Zowie decided to start their wireless mice with the legendary EC series. These are all ergonomic mice, and it seems that they are now experiencing a new surge of popularity, and now any self-respecting manufacturer should have an Ergo mouse in its lineup. And Lamzu are no exception, and today we'll look at their first Ergo mouse, Lamzu Thorn. I want to thank Lamzu for providing me this mouse for review, but of course it won't affect my final opinion. I want to start with the positive changes, particularly in terms of build quality. Who watched my review of the Atlantis Mini 4K knows that I didn't like the quality very much, as the whole mouse crunched at the slightest squeeze, but with Thorn the build quality was noticeably better, no creaks, no crunches, even bottom cover, despite its thin appearance, is quite strong. You can squeeze it with your finger. The coating is also better, quite grippy, and at least in the white version does not attract dirt so much. The stock glides are also good, quite thick, round edges, glide is fast. I have no need to replace them. This is also the first mouse from Lamzu that uses optical switches, and they are very good, feel very close to mechanical switches. Clicking is easy, spam clicking are very easy, pre-travel is almost non-existent, post-travel too. The side buttons are huge and stick out of the shell quite a bit, but personally I would like the buttons to be a little more forward, because the M5 is far away and it's very difficult to reach it. There are no question on clicking. Click is very clear without pre-travel and post-travel. But because of the size, some people may encounter accidental clicking on the M4. If you try to use it in a finger grip and in the heat of the game want to regrip the mouse, a little in motion. Before we get to the important aspects of this mouse, I want to thank you for watching and ask you to subscribe to my channel. It's very motivating me to make more videos, and check out my Twitter. There we chat with a large circle of enthusiasts. In technical terms, everything is the same as with Atlantis 4K, sensor 3395, Nordic MCU chip. The mouse can work with a 4K polling rate, but only if you separately buy this 4K dongle. By default, you will only find a regular 1K dongle in the box. There is also a Lamzu Thorn Fnatic edition in orange color, and then the 4K dongles there come in the box. Overall, there are no performance issues, absolutely normal and predictable performance both in 1K and 4K mode. Against the background of the latest Twitter scandals, I also encourage you to install the software from the official Lamzu site, where you can update the firmware of the mouse and dongle, and also set the click delay to 0 milliseconds. Now let's talk about a really important things, the shape. I can say right away that the Ergo shape itself will obviously not appeal to everyone, and Lamzu Thorn is in the segment of small Ergos and has one significant difference from, for example, EC3. It is a big hump shifted backwards, and this is EC3. You see, the mouse is light and small, but in the hand it feels very bulky. My hand is 19 by 10 centimeters. The most comfortable grip I found is the claw grip. The back hump rests very firmly in the palm of your hand, and if you aim with your arm, there are no problems. The mouse fixes it in your hand very tightly. But if you also like to make micro adjustments with your fingers, then problems may start here, because there is not enough space for micro movements. Because mouse is very tight, laying down in your palm. This is, for example, useful for recoil control in CS, if you prefer to do it with your finger movements. But if you used to aiming with your whole arm, this will not be a problem. For a pure fingertip grip, I cannot recommend this shape. For example, in EC3, hump shifted towards, and you have a room to micro adjustment with your fingers. For this reason, I found this shape not much comfortable for fast games where is a lot of verticality. However, for CS it worked much better, as the horizontal movements are much more precise and performed without problems. Bottom line, if you have a hand in the 80-21 centimeter range and you like claw grip and play mostly CS or Valorant, want a lightweight mouse with a 4K polling rate, then you should like this mouse. If you want to learn about the EC3, I recommend subscribing to the channel so you don't miss the next review. Thank you for your attention, take care of yourself and your loved ones, good luck.